Hello and welcome to today's episode. In this episode, we will discuss about the meaning of economic systems and the type of economic systems. I am Dr. Arshia Hussain, PhD in Human Resource Management and teaching in the Department of Commerce and Business Studies, Jamia Millia Islamia University, New Delhi. So, let us start this episode with the meaning of economic systems. An economic system or economy can be defined as a system designed by a nation to utilize its resources for the purpose of satisfying the needs and wants of people. According to W. Laux, an economic system consists of those institutions which is given nation or group of nations has chosen or accepted as the means through which their resources are utilized for the satisfaction of human wants. An economic system comprises all the institutions, organizations and policy mechanisms by which the people of a country manage and utilize the country's mechanism by which the people of a country manages and utilizes the country's resources to obtain the things they need. It is the network of economic relationship in the society arising from the organization and or mode of production, distribution, consumption and exchange. Economic system embodies the nature of property rights, ownership of resources, market mechanism, role of the state, etc. Now, the basic units of an economic system. All economic systems consist of some basic units. These are, the first one is household. It is the most significant unit. Household means all the persons living together as one family. The ultimate purpose of all economic activities is the satisfaction of household needs and wants. Every household has limited means but multiple needs. This gives rise to the problem of allocation of scarce resources. Second one is firm. Firm is a unit of ownership, management and control. It is a business unit that owns and control one or more factory or branch or office and is engaged in the production and or distribution of some product or service. A firm is that unit of the economic system which performs some industrial or commercial activity. While household signifies the demand side, the firm represents the supply side of the economy. Third one is industry. Industry means all the firms producing the similar products. A firm is a single unit of production, whereas an industry comprises all the firms producing the same type of product. Fourth one is government. Government consists of all public agencies, state bodies and other units which govern the country. The government maintains law and order, provides public services such as education, health, water, electricity, telephone, public transport, etc. As a political entity, government is empowered to create laws for regulating business. Now, we will see characteristics of an economic system. Economic systems are characterized by the following features. First one is an economic system covers the entire country. However, more than one country may adopt the same type of economic system. Second one, an economic system comprises various institutions which nation has devised and adopted for satisfying the needs of its people. Household, firms, industries, government, price mechanism, economic planning are examples of such institutions. Third one is the institutions of an economic system are interdependent and interacting. A proper balance and coordination between the institutions is necessary for the growth and for the smooth functioning of the economic system. Every economic system has limited resources in comparison with the demand for these resources. Then all the activities of an economic system are undertaken for the satisfaction of human wants which are unlimited. The next is an economic system is dynamic rather than a static organization. It is made up of man-made institutions. These institutions are created, destroyed and modified as per the needs of the people. Some economic systems change slowly while others change fast. Next is types of economic system. Now, there are three main economic systems. The first one is capitalistic economy. It is also known as free market economy. It is characterized by free enterprise and profit motive. In this type of economic system, all important decisions concerning production, distribution, exchange and consumption are based upon the price mechanism. Self-interest guides all the economic activities. The factors of production, that is land, labor, capital and entrepreneurship, are privately owned. This economic system is found in the United States, UK, Japan, Canada and so on. Next is socialistic economy. Under this system, the state owns and controls all the means of production. Decisions relating to production and distribution are made through central planning. This economic system is found in China, Russia, Czechoslovakia, Hungary and Poland. Some countries such as Yugoslavia, Romania, etc. have adopted liberal socialism characterized by democratic values and decentralized decision making. The third type of mixed economy. In a mixed economy like India, both public and private sectors coexist. It means some resources and enterprises are owned and controlled by the state. Other economic activities are left to the private initiative. Private sector is allowed to work for profit motive, but under certain regulations decided by the government. Now we will discuss capitalistic economy. It is an economic system in which private individuals own all the material, means of production and all economic activities are undertaken for the purpose of profit. According to Professor Laux, capitalism is a system of economic organization featured by the private ownership and the use for private profit of man-made and nature-made capital. Now we will discuss features of capitalism. The first one is the right to private property. Second feature is the right of inheritance. The third one is freedom of enterprise. Fourth one is freedom of choice for consumer. Fifth is profit motive. Sixth is competition. Next is price mechanism. Next is role of the government. Now we will see merits of capitalistic society or economy. The first one is, in the capitalistic economic system, entrepreneurs have sufficient incentive to undertake enterprise and bear risks. The profit motive induces them to invest money even in those industries which involve great risks. Employers are motivated to work hard in order to make more profits. Employees work hard to earn higher wages. Second one, under capitalism, the scarce resources of the country are used economically and with minimum waste. The objective of every business firm is to minimize costs so that it can compete in the market. In order to minimize cost, producers attempt to utilize factors of production in the best possible manner. Self-interest and free mobility of factors of production helps in rational allocation and better utilization of the resources. The third one is the capitalist system helps in rapid economic growth due to incentive and initiative. Rapid economic growth enables people to enjoy a high standards of living. Fourth one is people have the incentive to save money and invest it in order to earn larger incomes in future due to the right of private property and inheritance. High rates of public savings and investment lead to a higher rate of capital formation in the country. Fifth one is capitalism has an inherent ability to change according to changing requirements and circumstances. It is a dynamic system and can be adapted to the changing environment. Next is people enjoy full economic freedom under capitalism. The entrepreneurs, the consumers, the workers and the owners of capital are all free to do work as they like to fulfill their needs and wants. Next is entrepreneurs introduce new products, new techniques of production and distribution and other improvements in order to survive in a competitive market. They introduce new innovations to increase profits. Innovations lead to improvement in the techniques of production, resulting in the reduced cost of production. Now, we will see demerits of capitalism. The capitalism form of economic system suffers from certain limitations which are as follows. The first one is concentration of economic power. Right to private property and the law of inheritance result in the concentration of wealth in few hands. The concentration of wealth and property in the hands of few persons lead to extreme inequalities in the incomes of people. On the one hand, a few enjoy luxurious living, and on the other, a large section of society is deprived of even the basic necessities of life. The second one is economic instability. Capitalism does not provide a stability of the price level. Free working of market mechanism results in business cycles wherein business blooms are followed by business depressions. Cyclical fluctuations in the levels of economic activity cause great suffering to the people. During inflation, poor people having limited income suffer greatly. Depression causes widespread unemployment and human suffering. Market mechanism results in business cycles because saving and investment are not coordinated, as these are determined by two different classes of people. Then the third one is lack of maximum social satisfaction at minimum social cost. Maximum social satisfaction can be achieved when goods produced are made available to those consumers who will get the maximum satisfaction from them. But in the capitalist system, goods in the hands of the people who can offer the best prices. In other words, goods are distributed according to the ability to pay rather than according to the needs of the people. Fourth one is social waste. Cutthroat competition among business firms results in unnecessary expenditure on advertising and ruthless exploitation of natural and human resources of the nation. There is malallocation of the country's resource because producers are guided by profit motive. They produce those goods which rich people can afford to buy rather than those which poor people actually need. Next is rise of monopoly. Big business and giant corporations dominate the country's economy in a capitalist system. They weaken the forces of competition and reduce consumers' sovereignty. They influence public opinion and lifestyles to suit their business. Free play of market mechanism is distorted. Next is social discrimination. Capitalism leads to the division of the society into two classes, haves and haves not, that is rich and the poor. It leads to social discrimination. Next is loss of human values. Capitalism promotes materialistic attitude in the people. The lust for profits and wealth gives rise to several social evils. The next type of economic system is socialistic economy. According to H.D. Dickinson, socialism is an economic organization of society in which the material means of production are owned by the whole community and operated by organs representative of and responsible to the community according to a general economic plan. All members of community being entitled to a benefit from the results of such socialized production on the basis of equal rights. Now, we will discuss features of socialism. The characteristics or the features of socialism are: first one is state ownership of means of production. All important means of production are owned by the government, private ownership is nominal, and the state exercises control over all the means of production. Second one is central economic planning. The central planning authority takes all the strategic decisions concerning the economy. That is, what to produce, how to produce, for whom to produce. The authority replaces the price mechanism. It formulates policies, lays down priorities and sets targets of production. Next is social welfare. The socialist economic system works for the benefit of the whole society rather than merely for the private benefit of individuals. Fourth one is equality of opportunity. Every member of the society is given equal opportunity to rise in life. Education and training facilities are made available to all. The state provides health care and educational facilities to those who cannot afford themselves. Fifth one is classless society. Socialism is based on a classless society. There are no classes of capitalist and labor due to the absence of the institution of private property. Next is absence of competition. Since the state owns all the major means of production, there is no competition between the different production units. Now we will see merits of socialism. The advantages of socialistic society or socialism are as follows. First one, social justice. Under socialism, there is a just and equitable distribution of national income. Inequalities of income are reduced to the minimum. No discriminations are made on the basis of caste, class or religion. Second one is economic stability. The problems of overproduction, idle capacity and business cycles are eliminated because the central planning authority takes all major economic decisions. Next is rational allocation of resources. The central planning authority decides the allocation of resources. Resources are directed towards the production of goods which the society requires rather than those which will yield greater profits. Fourth one is higher economic growth. Economic planning facilitates optimum utilization of resources, thereby leading to rapid economic growth. A planned economy works in a systematic and coordinated manner. Economies of scale are available due to concentration of production in a few large units. Superior techniques of production are made available to all producing units. Next is absence of class struggle. On account of state ownership of productive resources and social distribution of income, there is no struggle between haves and have-nots. Exploitation of one section of society by another section is also avoided. Now we will see demerits of socialism. A socialist economy suffers from certain limitations which are as follows. The first one is concentration of economic power in the state. The economic and political power is concentrated in the hands of the government. State authoritarianism endangers the economic freedom and democratic rights of people. Second one is lack of incentive and initiative. In a socialist economy, people do not have incentive for hard work, enterprise and efficiency. All people become workers and get wage or salary from the government which owns the means of production. Third one is loss of consumer sovereignty. In the production of various goods, the wants of consumers are not duly considered. Consumers have limited choice due to less variety of goods. A rationing system is introduced to distribute the goods. The freedom of consumer is curtailed as they get fixed quantities of goods. Fourth one is loss of occupational freedom. In a socialist economy, people do not enjoy full freedom to choose occupation and employment of their liking. The central planning authority decides the choice of occupation and employment. Next is inefficiency and low productivity. Bureaucracy and red tapeism in the functioning of state-owned enterprises lead to low productivity. The officials of these enterprises lack initiative and decisions are delayed. In the absence of profit motive and competition, resources may not be utilized in an optimum manner. Next is corruption. There is great possibility of growth of corruption in a socialist economy. People have often to pay bribe to get work done from the public official and government servants who yield considerable power over public. Now we will discuss another type of economic system which is mixed economy. Mixed economy is an economic system which combines the features of both capitalism and socialism. Public sector and private sector are allotted their respective roles in promoting the economic and social welfare of the community. India has adopted the mixed economic system. Now we will discuss features of mixed economy. The characteristics of mixed economy are given as number 1, coexistence of public and private sector. In a mixed economy, both public sector and private sector are allowed to coexist. The public sector is expected to provide necessary infrastructural facilities such as power, transportation, communications, etc. for rapid economic development. It is believed that private sector, being guided by profit motive, may not invest resources into projects which are characterized by huge investment, long gestation period and low returns. The private sector is expected to undertake enterprises on the basis of the growth climate created by the public sector. The public sector is to supplement and not substitute the private sector. A mixed economy functions through cooperation between public and private sectors. Private property and social ownership of means of production both are allowed. Next, we will see classification of industries. All industries are classified into 2 or more categories. Industries of strategic importance are reserved for the public sector. The rest of the industries are left for the private sector. The third feature is economic planning. The Planning Commission lays down the socio-economic objectives, sets the physical targets, specifies the sources and instruments national economic plan. This is done after taking stock of the political ideology, social aspirations and national resources. The private sector is expected to work within the framework of the objectives and priorities laid down in the 5-year plans. Next is price mechanism. The market mechanism is used to help in the formation and implementation of the national plan. For example, market may be specified as an instrument of achieving the planned targets. Market prices and profits may be so regulated so as to provide necessary incentives to the private sector. Thus, in a mixed economy, planning and market mechanism work together. Next is profit motive cum social welfare. The private sector operates primarily with a profit motive. The public sector seeks to achieve a social welfare. Prices and profits are regulated in the interest of the society. Private business is also expected to fulfill its social responsibilities. A mixed economy seeks to achieve simultaneously the twin objectives of economic growth and social justice. Now we will have a look at the merits of mixed economy. Mixed economy is expected to contain the merits of both capitalism and socialism. The main advantages of mixed economy are: first one, individual freedom. Mixed economy provides adequate freedom to individuals. Private individuals are free to choose their occupation and employment. Entrepreneurs are allowed freedom of enterprises within the regulatory framework. Consumers are free to buy goods and services from any seller in any quantity. Second is rapid economic growth. Central planning and market mechanism together help in the rational allocation of resources. Combined efforts of public and private sectors are expected to ensure rapid economic development of the country. Next is social welfare. Government undertake policies and programs for the welfare of public. Regulation and controls are exercised to check monopolies and concentration of economic power in a few hands. Equal opportunities for education and employment are made available to all irrespective of class, race and religion. Now we will see demerits of mixed economy. Mixed economy suffers from various limitations, which are as follows. First one, economic instability. Sometimes violent fluctuations occur in the level of economic activity due to the fracture of market mechanism or faulty implementation of economic plans. Second one, lack of freedom. A mixed economy is a semi-controlled economy. Producers, workers and consumers all get freedom of choice but subject to some constraints. Third one is inefficiency. When there are too many regulations and controls, private sector cannot function very efficiently. Public sector enterprises do not operate efficiently due to bureaucracy and red tapeism. India's mixed economy is often criticized for its inefficient and corrupt administration. Next is lack of coordination. The public sector and the private sector do not always work in a complementary manner. Some economists even argue that there cannot be a middle path between capitalism and socialism. Now, let's summarize what we have done today. We have done and discussed the meaning of economic system, types of economic system, which includes capitalistic economy, socialistic economy and mixed economy. So, that is all for today. Hope you have understood today's topic. We will discuss a new topic in the next class, in the next episode. Till then, take care. Goodbye.